Hey everyone, people asked for it. Here it is. It's a budget guide for Arboralis Level 99, super cheap team. Well, yes, I am using a couple of EX plus frees. I cannot wait for the salt in comments about EX plus free Kryler, Ling, and Titus. But what can I do? I cannot un-EX level them. And I'm certainly not going to waste transcension pearls or materials on another Kryler or Link for that matter. So anyway, I'll show the gear afterwards, but rest assured nobody's using STMRs other than Lena, and she's using a single STMR, and that is her own. So let's go. Afmor being our passive provoker for all of this, obviously. It's going to be a longer clear, truth be told, so strap yourselves in and I will explain the fight while we go. So the first thing I'd like to mention is people have been wondering why the boss drains mana. The boss only drains mana if you do things wrong. Doing things wrong includes using things or items such as Rainbow Whip or Poppy's STMR. Those include the elements that are not meant to be used on this fight. The elements you are meant to be using are Earth, Wind, Lightning, Water, or Fire. Those 5 elements. If you seal them, the boss will break consequently, or each turn a little bit more. And once you reach turn 7, that is the absolute latest, the boss will have no mitigation up. Now there is a trick to have the boss lose his mitigation pretty much instantly, and that is you break. For example, if you want to burst on turn 3, you break or you seal the boss on turn 1 with all 5 elements. On the second turn you do no damage at all to the boss, which will then translate into the boss doing a few more attacks that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. And then on turn 3 the boss loses his stacks. Now this works for every other turn as well. So if you're ready to go on turn 5 and want to burst turn 5, you seal the boss on turn 3 with all elements. On turn 4 you do not deal any damage at all, and on turn 5 you can go at it. That's how you do it pretty much. Alright, so let's start this off with Afmor Brave Shifting. I should have let her start in Brave Shift, but whatever. As you can see, I didn't even bother leveling. So we'll do Fire Maneuver, which is 135 Fire Imperil and Fire Imbued for herself, and Slapstick plus I Must Be Strong. That way we sealed 1 out of 5. Kryler is super handy for this because Gazier Shock Brew and Cycloseismic Brew are the 2 abilities you want to use. They have the remaining 4 elements for this fight. Never, I repeat, never ever use Ember Frost because it includes ice damage. If you use ice damage or this ability in particular, have fun dealing with the mana drain. Do not use Ember Frost. Got it? Good. So let's use Gazier, Cycloseismic, and down below here, Malicious Curse is what we're gonna use. Now because my Kryler is EX plus 3, I could use Calamity Contortion. I will not assume you guys have EX plus 3 Kryler, so I will never use Calamity Contortion throughout this fight, even though it is super useful, as it also does a 650 morale increase. But we're not gonna use this for the sake of this budget guide, because like I said, EX levels don't matter, so I will treat EX abilities as if I didn't have them. So Malicious Curse it is. Alright, we sealed the boss and we are good to go. Elena is going to do Crystal Refragmentation. That is a 100% all element resistance buff for 5 turns. The ability is on a 5-turn cooldown, so it's permanent uptime. And I will also use Protection of the Azure Crystal for triple unlock. White Dragon Ling, because she's not wearing Dragon Brush. I've had many comments that people hate Dragon Brush because they skipped it for some reason or didn't play at the time. So it's fine. She's gonna use Blithe Step and will do Purifying Dance. Eurasia. One thing about Eurasia is never use 4-element barrier because it removes all imperils. That includes Afmor, who has the highest imperils on the whole team, and puts them on herself. You don't want 200% ice, lightning, or water imperils on Eurasia because she will die. So never use 4-elements barrier. First of all, anti-force, anti-magic stratagem is what we're gonna use though. Slightly filling Afmor's MP because Afmor is very mana hungry. But on the flip side, Tidus won't have anything to do for most of the turns, so he can do Blitzmania a couple of times for Afmor as well. There we go, 71, decent. Alright, so here come the attacks. The boss will never be able to hurt us or the team. The only one taking a little bit of damage is going to be Afmor here, but she's fine, totally. Technically speaking, if you were able to gear enough resistances, you could use a 7-star tank and you'd be absolutely fine. Alright, so Afmor, whoopsie daisy, is going to Stout Servant and Slapstick twice. Eurasia is going to duel. Let's see. That's not enough. I haven't used Eurasia in ages. Doesn't she have... Oh yeah. Restore MP. Restore MP. So we're also filling Link's LB gauge a bit. So let's Brave Shift Ling here. She'll double Blythe Step. Actually, we don't need to Brave Shift Ling yet. I do want to unlock a triple cast first. So Blythe Step, Celestial Dance, let's go. Elena is going to do Legendary, Beloved, and Blessing of the Azure Crystal, thus filling a lot of morale in the process. Tidus, Wicked. Tidus also could seal fire, to be honest, and he can also self-imbue himself with fire, so that's fine. And Kryla is just going to do her Bruise. Okay. Slowly but surely we are filling the morale gauge here. Boss is doing a few more attacks, but ultimately nobody is going to get hurt. There we go. Alright, so we are pretty good right now. The fight will repeat itself now because there isn't really much to it, honestly. So let's use Blythe Step, Blaze of the Phoenix, and well, she doesn't really have anything else for this fight in particular. So let's just refresh cover. We don't have enough mana. So that's going to be an issue throughout the fight, isn't it? So let's give her some MP. Is it enough now? Yeah, it is. So let's do all three of these. Kryla. Doesn't Kryla have an MP heal? I don't think she does, right? Nope, she does not. How many more turns on the breaks? I haven't used Kryla in ages, so 2 more turns, that's fine. I can always alternate between her and Ling. Alright. Let's do Blitzmania and Quick Hit. Elena keeps filling morale. And let's do Radiant as well. And hopefully by turn 7 we will be at 200% morale and thus be able to deal damage to the boss. All good. Yep. We don't mind. Alright, let's guard her. Dance. Morale will now fill more quickly. Dance, Blythe, dance. Although only slowly but surely. Elena is going to do Legendary, Azurmite, and Radiant. Eurasia is going to Anti-Force, Anti-Magic, and Kryla is going to do the usual and will use Eye of Argus. Titus, some quick hits, and stats. So we fill morale even more. Okay, so we had 190 by turn 4, almost as quick as with, what's his name, Kresnik, but with Kresnik I'm usually done at turn 3, so it's fine. And yeah, this is pretty much the whole fight. There's nothing else to it. Once we reach the 50% threshold, the boss will gain one more turn of mitigation, but that's really about it. So there's nothing else that happens in this fight. It's rather a dull one, to be quite honest. But that's it. So dance, Blythe, and let's do... I can base form shift her again. So dance, Blythe, and let's do disarming. Movements. Well, just refresh stuff with Aphmore. Eurasia is going to do Earth Wind and some barriers for more morale gain. Kryla will just keep doing what she's doing. And Titus will Blitz Mania, Quick Hit, and really pumped! Because we're all pumped up here, right? Alright, morale is at 200%. Next turn is the last preparation turn, basically, where we have to reapply our resistances. And from there on out, we can finally start dealing some damage to the boss. And the hits that Aphmore takes are just unmitigatable accuracy attacks of the boss. Don't sweat it, as you can see. She easily takes the hit. Okay, so Crystal Refragmentation and Legendary Heroine should be the correct pronunciation. So we are really already good again. We can prepare for some deeps. Get really pumped, quick hit. Let's do Ferocity, Blythe Step, and I guess Reju. So we can Fire Imbued Amp next turn. Aphmore is going to Fire Maneuver, Slapstick, Stout. Eurasia is going to Force and Anti... We don't even need Anti-Magic, honestly. Force and let's do Light Dark Barrier. Kryla is keeping on. Okay. Excellent stuff. And now, here comes the damage. I have no clue how much damage we're gonna deal. It's literally the first time I'm doing this myself. I forgot about a few things. We'll fix this. I knew turn 6 was the sleepy turn and paralysis turn. It's fine. We're gonna fix this. Who was able to? I think Ling was able to fix this. Yeah, there is. Purifying Dance. Can she do it in Brave Shift? That'd be kind of cool if she could. No, she can't. I missed that part. Oh well. So Purifying Dance, we gotta wait for the actual DPS for one more turn, I guess. Ferocity and Blithe then. Okay. But anyway, let's do some damage. We'll do the attack buff. Now, because Elena is a Bolting Strike unit, we'll have to use Bolting Strike. So we're gonna use Crystal Refraction, are we? Wait, no we're not. We are. Anyway, so I'm gonna use Piercing Prism on the next attack because we don't have the Fire Imbue yet. Slapstick, Stout, and Fire Apparel, or are we still Fire Imbued? Let's check. We are Fire Imbued, so we can actually do the good stuff. So Piercing and Double Blade, Erasure. Doesn't she have Unyielding? Yeah, she does have Unyielding. So let's do Unyielding. And let's do Sustained. Kryler. Seal, Malicious. And here we go, boss has no stacks anymore, or mitigation anymore. Okay. So let's do some damage, and it's not gonna be much damage, truth told. Yeah, so expect this to take 20 turns roundabout. But what can we do? After all, we are not using strong units for this. So let's do Blaze of the Phoenix, Dance and Blithe. Elena is now going to Blade of Salvation. And we are also not using Titus's strongest attack, to be fair. It's the strongest attack is Spiral Cut, but it's Stardust Ray. And yeah, that's sadly not gonna work that way. Alright, let's do our damage first, see how much we can dish out. Oh, it's 4 to 5. Oh, I forgot about the buff. Oh, jeez. Anyway. Stout. Erasure. Anti-Force, Anti-Magic. I could probably weave in Kryler in this for Bolting Strike frames. Probably a good idea. Just to get the chain up faster for more damage. Okay, yeah, do your thing, boss. Alright, let's shift back Ling. Blithe. And disarming movements. Let's check on the Sword Imperil. Still 4 more turns, pretty good. Let's not forget about Resounding Will this time. And let's do some damage. I forgot about Kryler. Oops. Yeah, 5%. Sounds about right. Let's do Fire Maneuver. Slapstick, Stout. Erasure. I don't know. Oh no, we don't need that. For morale gain, we better use some boosts and heals. And Kryler does some stuff. The only thing I have to keep in mind that on turn 11, I believe, I need to redo crystal refragmentation, and on the next turn, I think I have to redo the purifying stuff. Okay, so purifying, Blithe and Ferocity. We'll do Gaseous Shock to chain. So let's do Spirit and attack buffs. Let's do the damage first, see how much we can dish out. Just to speed things up a bit, but... Oh yeah, 6%. We are getting there, boys. We are certainly getting there. It's turn 10. Yeah, last turn of resistance stuff. So next turn we'll have a turn of a break, so to speak. How much longer on her cover, etc, etc, etc. I don't even need her cover, but whatever. Alright, let's guard her. Aphmo could probably just guard throughout the whole fight. Wouldn't even matter. Okay. So let's shift Elena. Let's do Crystal Refragmentation and Legendary. Let's Brave Shift Ling. Triple Dance, Blithe, and Blaze. Aphmo can just guard. We'll do stats, and we'll do... No, we don't need resistances, and let's do Anti-Force. Tidus and Kryla can just hit the boss a couple of times, I guess. Still dealt 1%. Alright. And on the next turn, we can resume doing some damage. So treating this boss like an actual trial, it's not really that much of an issue, right? So let's do some Blade of Salvations. How much longer on the Sword Emperor? One more turn, that's okay. Ling, we could also use another boss break, I guess. So, oh, disarming movement is due next turn, that's fine. We'll do Enthrall, and we'll do Blithe Step. Speed of Light, Blade of Salvation 3 times. Aphmo can re-imperil, Stout and Slapstick. Eurasia does some stuff. Let's not forget about buffs, because I do love to forget about these, even on my kill attempts when I try to cap this boss on 235. It always feels super bad. Okay, 6%. We are slowly getting there, boys. This video probably is only going to take half an hour or longer. But it's worth it. All for you guys. And on turn 16, we do have to shift Elena back again for another round of rebuffing. Speaking of, we need to do purification again, and we'll do disarming movements. Elena is now going to use... Well, the piercing prism I'm not going to use this time, truth be told, for a very simple reason. I do want to preserve it when we reach a lower percentage of the boss and can defeat him. It's no purpose in actually waiting now or using it now when we still have the upper hand anyway. So yeah, let's repeat Aphmo. We should re-guard her at some point. Let's repeat Eurasia. And let's do some damage here. I did not forget about the buffs, good. I got worried for a second. Oh, I lost morale. Oh yeah, because I didn't use any morale actions on Ling. That's right. Oh well. It'll be fine again. We'll fix this. Dance, Blythe, and Phoenix. Let's reload these 3. Let's do this and that. Let's do some damage. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's refresh. Erasure is going to do stats and some buffs. Turn 15. Alright. So one more turn until we have to rebuff ourselves with Yelena. Ling, triple dance Blythe, and Rallying, I guess. How much longer? 3 turns, right? On the resistances. Yep. So let's repeat these guys. Let's do another attack buff. And this one is on the next turn, isn't it? It certainly is. Okay. Let's do damage. Not having a Sword Emperor really feels bad, doesn't it? Oh well, we'll get there eventually. Alright, let's Brave Shift Alina. But I think you guys got the gist of this fight. It's not that hard. So Legendary and Crystal Refragmentation. Go all buffed up again. Laying shifts back. Triple Dance, Blythe. And Purification while we are at it pretty much. Guard, guard. And repeat these 2. We don't need buffs technically for this. Neither Kryler nor Titus have morale scaling abilities or damaging abilities in their base forms, so might as well ignore it. But we are almost at the 50% mark, so that's something, I guess. Let's shift back Lena and we'll damage the boss again. So let's Brave Shift Ling. She will do Dance, Blythe, and Blaze. Afmor is going to fire, Slapstick, and start. We need to also re-break the boss, which is something that she can do. Yep. 6th element, so Afmor Brave Shifts and uses her LB, so we can just keep on keeping on. Erasure, on the other hand, force a stratagem to heal a bit, and we'll do this for morale gain. Let's buff stats. And let's do some damage. And that's the cool thing about Afmor, that she is able to break the boss. It's a neat feature of hers. So we don't have to sacrifice an action on Kryler for this. Alright. And another thing I like about FMO is the true Brave Shift. It's super handy. So let's do Slapstick, etc, etc. Ling, Dance, Blithe, Celestial. We are going to Blade 3 times. On turn 21, we will have to redo our buffs again. With Alina, that is. And from there on out, I will start using the last stack of, what's it called? Sword and Pearl again. Which should then lead us to defeat the boss. Okay. Ling base forms, triple, Blithe, step, dance, and disarming. Let's buff up the team through morale actions. Send in DPS. Push the threshold officially now. Oh, that was a good variance run, I guess, on Titus or Elena. And let's use Light Barrier and Spiritual. Fire. Stout. All good. Here we are. Alright, so Threshold. The boss does gain 1 turn of mitigation, if I'm not totally mistaken now. Fine, we'll deal with it. Lots of attacks going on. I like the effects in this fight. It's so shiny. Yeah, there it is. 1 stack of stuff on the boss, which is totally fine. It's too bad it's not on turn 21. Would have aligned perfectly, but whatever. This gives us another turn to just do basically nothing though, so it's okay. Fire maneuver, slapstick start. Ling has to dance, a Blithe and purifying dance. Eurasia is going to anti-force and do this stuff. Yeah, 1 more turn. So we can Brave Shift, because we can't deal any damage anyway, we might as well Brave Shift her. Blessing and Legendary. Titus can Blitzmania, Quick Hit and Slice and Dice Fire. And that way we also seal the boss entirely yet again, which is not needed, but might as well, right? There we go. Half an hour in already. Turn 21. Slowly getting there, boys. Alright. Crystal Refragmentation. Legendary. Heroine. And then we're almost done. 47% to go. But we still have the big deeps left to do with the Sword and Pearl. So, Blithe, Ferocity, Blaze, let's go. We'll do rebuffing, fire, slapstick, stout. Dual stratagem, spirit light, dark barrier, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. Jinx will do... Doesn't she have Hex? Yep, there it is for a little bit more damage on the boss. And let's do another Gaseous stack. Quick hit, get pumped, slice dice. Off we go. Alright, so boss has no stacks anymore, is hexed, yada yada yada. Looking fine. Oh geez, I can't wait to show the gearing still, so this is going to be a very long video. Anyways, let's base form Ling. One more turn until this, so Blythe step, Reju dance, I guess. No, we'll just do double morale. Okay, so let's do some damage again. Quick hit plus. Elena base forms again. Speed of light. Piercing. Blade. Crystal. Kryla. Triple Ember. Let's not forget about some stuff here. Breaks looking good. We can just re-break them. And Erasure the Spiritual and Light Dark Barrier. Let's wait for Avmore to finish. And send in the DPS. I like that we're doing chip damage as well from the Hex, so that's nice. Triple Blade of Salvation. Oops, not Brave Shifting Ling. That was my mistake. We'll do Blythe Step and Disarming Movements. Have more Brave Shifts yet again. Fire Imperil Slapstick and Stout. We'll do a little bit of heal on Ling and Barrier. Let's not forget about Resounding Will. And let's do some damage. Now we are not using the best element for this fight. Truth be told, the best elements are wind and lightning. We're using fire, the boss is more resistant to those elements. So yeah, if you're using a wind team, it's probably going to be a lot faster. Or lightning team, for that matter. Alright. Like Brave Shifts on this turn. Dance, Blythe, Blaze. Let's wait for this to finish. Let's do our damage. I forgot about the morale action. That's always great to hear or see. Ah, feels bad, man. And let's do Unyielding. Let's guard Avmore. How many more turns of Sword and Peril do we have? I don't think we've got that many. Okay. 2 more turns here, all good. Let's base form Ling, Triple Dance, Blythe, and Purifying Dance. Reapply damage, Blade, Crystal. Let's not forget about the buffs this time around. Erasure is going to Light Dark Barrier, Spiritual. Avmore is going to refresh the 135 Fire Imperil. Let's wait for all of this to finish. And there we go. Let's do some damage, 6%-ish. 32 is where we started. Or 5%-ish. Oh man. Alright, next turn is a no damage or lot less damage turn because we have to reapply crystal refragmentation. It's fine though. So let's Brave Shift Elena. Legendary, crystal, off we go. Ling, Blythe, and let's do Reju Dance. Guard, let's repeat these two, why not? And let's do some damage, which probably won't amount for much. Oh, still 2%. Not too shabby, honestly. I expected a lot less, truth be told. Alright. We need to re-break the boss as well. So this is what we'll do. Dance, Blythe, Disarm. Let's base form Elena, Blade, Blade, Crystal. Let's redo stuff. Let's do morale actions. Oh jeez, so many things to keep track of. And let's do some damage. Okay, 5%. Very nice. Too bad that Ling does not have a sword in peril. I think she only has a dagger in peril, so it doesn't help much. Alright, let's Brave Shift Ling. It's a lot of shifting going around here. Dance, Blythe, Blaze. Guard. It's nice that the boss doesn't really do much in terms of morale gain other than on some off turns, which we don't really need to care about. Alright, let's do damage. Did I miss something? Alright. Broken. Yep. Blade, Crystal. We'll have to Dance, Blythe, and Purify. We'll just extend breaks. She just repeats what she was doing the whole time. Resounding. Let me just think. 21, 26, 31st. Okay, so we still have a few more turns. That's the damage. Okay. So I guess by turn 35 we should be done. We've only been fighting for 45 minutes. I think this is a fair assessment of a budget guide. Alright, Ling, Blythe, Celestial. I think our purifying stuff lasts 4 turns. Okay, yeah, that's good enough, definitely. Next turn we'll have to redo Elena's buffs, which is totally fine. Anti-force, heal up a bit. Let's refresh. Imperils, yada yada yada. Let's wait. And send DPS. Very nice. At least one thing is sure, you guys are getting the full morale percentage bonus for this. Brave shifting Elena. Legendary Crystal. Refragmentation. Brave shifting Ling. Dance, Blythe, Blaze. Let's boost stuff. Guard, do whatever it needs to be done. Deal probably 1% of damage, which is fine. Chip damage is always much appreciated. Alright, and this should be done. 32, 33, 34 will be done. Unless I tremendously mess this up at some point, which I hope I'm not doing. Alright, blade, refraction. Well, let's wait. Let's just the other way around. Blade, refraction. Ling base form. Triple. Dance, Blythe, disarming, guard, resounding well, and damage. Okay. So, that was a good assessment of mine. Turn 34, turn 35. Yep. Looking good. Ling, Dance, Blythe, purifying. The deeps down here. Blade, Avmore will refresh. Once more. Let's do resilient, resounding. Send DPS, and then we are almost done with this. Woohoo! 1%. Oof. If only I was allowed to use better gearing, this fight would have been over ages ago. Or 88% breaks would have helped too. Yeah. Let's shift Ling one last time. Let's do Blaze. And that is it. We're done, finally. 50 minutes later. The boss is finally dead. 34 turns. Woo. Yep, 0 points for turns cleared, but it got the job done. Yeah, trash rewards, do not want. Alright, let's check out the gearing. We had no modifications on this. So let's start with FMO. FMO's gearing, as you've expected, is 200% to ice, water, and light. And it's a little bit tricky to build this, truth be told, because she cannot wear a dagger. And daggers, we do have Nyx's dagger, for example, which has, I believe, 20% resistance to all elements, which makes things a lot easier. But I used Afmo for the first time, literally. She's free from the Clash of Wills rewards, so if you have her, nice. If you don't, use whatever tank you want, honestly. Because Ling has her 120 in peril anyway, so things won't matter. So this is the gear. Here's the Dark Kaiser Knuckle. Honestly, use whatever fist you have. I just used this because I was lazy. Other than that, only one Moogle charm. I've read countless comments on, I don't have 2 Moogle charms, how can I do this? Here it is. Blue Mage dress, Blue Mage Fina's dress. Yeah, it's a super steamer, it's a free one. Everyone gets Fina for free once you complete season 3 of the story. Other than that, like I said, TMR level or below stuff. Same applies here, Elemental Death Junction. It's really free stuff. New Journey is being used. And the Brave Shift is geared exactly the same. So here too, we do have all the necessary resistances. Eurasia, now because she is on which Esper is she? She's on Ifrit, so keep in mind when you use Ifrit, you have negative 50 ice resistance. Now having Eurasia on Ifrit was a dumb mistake on my end. Whatever, I just gave her Epsilon Mask, Rainbow Robe. In a best case scenario, you remove the Esper from Eurasia and you won't have to gear her in any shape or form. Just make sure that all other units have at least 0 or more than 0 ice, water, and light resistance. That's all you need. 0 or more. Never go into the negative, or else you're gonna have a bad time. As you've seen, we never used the Brave Shift, so that was okay to leave empty. Kryla only uses Arden's Hat for MP regeneration, her own TMR. If you don't have Arden's Hat, just use any MP regen ability, but you don't have to. Ling fills MP so much with Dance of Ferocity at some point. You don't need this, I just went the safe route here. So, as you also saw, if you want to speed things up, you could gear Kryla for damage as well. I didn't, because mine is EX plus 3, and I know people will complain that because she's EX plus 3, she dealt 1 billion times more damage, which is untrue. But, yeah, so to speak. I also just realized I forgot to show the damage chart breakdown, but it would have been probably Elena dealing much more damage than Titus, because she scales off of morale, and Titus isn't. But yeah. Ling, only thing, she has this advanced weaponry and mood maker in both forms, that's about it. And no vision card. Star player Titus, I mentioned this in another video. Please never ever use a single-handed weapon on Titus. Always use double-handed weapons. There's 2 choices basically. You could use Turfing, the best sword, the best 2-handed sword in the game. It was given for free during Trials of Mana. I hope you played during that time. If not, you have to use, or if you don't have it, the other alternative to this is, let me show you. It's a very old STMR, or no, it's a TMR. It's Red Sword. Red Sword is another great source. It is a Wild Rose Furion's Trustmaster reward. It does have very low attack, but it has the highest variance, even the highest minimum variance for a 2-handed sword. So that is a good alternative. The reason why we're using a sword basically is Elena, because she has that sword in peril. Now I know Sinsar used Noppy. Noppy has a great sword in peril, so use a great sword in that case if you want to use Noppy instead of Elena for damage. But you have to kind of bring Elena to this fight because she does that 100% all element resistance buff. And as you can see, TMR level or free gear at all here, all good. Same applies to this. So Titus is at 270 aquatic and 145 plant. And he's using Noctis's vision card. Noctis is also free from Clash of Wills reward. If you haven't pulled him yet, it's a great vision card to have. And lastly, Elena. On this gear, she's using her own TMR. She is using the chain cap clothes. If you don't have it, you can use the chain cap helm if you have it, and use another piece of clothes. Other than that, entirely free gear, Coral headpiece, Dragon Crest. The Atlantean Skyon is also free, or was free during Lara Croft's event. Her own STMR, this is what I meant earlier, 50 minutes ago when I said I'm using one STMR to be particular, and that's her own. And the rest of it, yeah, very easy here. Yeah, I am using one outside vision card. This is Celeste's vision card. If you don't have Celeste's vision card, you will deal a little bit less damage, but as you've seen, we were never in danger. So if you don't have Celeste's vision card, can also use a Starlight Elena's card, but as you see, even if you do, you see that you don't lose that much of attack and magic. It's just a tiny bit of loss. Where I said I checked this out earlier and I was like, do I really want to explain myself over Celeste's vision card, over using Celeste's vision card when I can just. I mean, you see the difference. It's just 200 attack and 100 magic. At the end of the day, who cares, right? And the Brave Shift offers is geared for MP recovery. I thought I'd need it. I didn't at all, so it's fine. And that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Best of luck in defeating this boss. I know it's tedious. I know it takes a long time. If you have better DPS, if you have units such as Curtain, if you have Lara, if you have Tiana, for example. I do have videos for that and how to do this in 4 or 7 turns. I refer to those. And yeah, if you don't, here's another version of this for you. Sinzar also has a great video with different units. Check out his video on this if you don't have my units that I used here. His video is also great. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.